Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the show, and I am here to do my picks, my two picks for the college football playoff semifinal games for Thursday and Friday, the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl Classic. Both of them will be at 7:30. Notre Dame, Penn State tomorrow at 7:30, and Ohio State, Texas on Friday. I think it should be two good semi-final games. Hopefully they're close and not fucking blowouts. Notre Dame and Penn State, we're going to start off here. This is a really intriguing game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring one. I don't think we're going to get like a 30, 40 points by both these teams. I think it's going to be low-scoring. Because I really feel like both these teams are the same teams. They have good running backs. You look at Penn State. Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. They got a good tight end. And Tyler Warren. They got a good offensive line, I would say. Solid quarterback, not good, not great. He's solid. The receivers don't really threaten you that much. They got a meh coach. They got a really, really good defensive line. Does Penn State with Abdul Carter. They got a good secondary. Same with Notre Dame, man. They have a solid quarterback that can use his legs, Riley Leonard. They got good running backs in Jeremiah Levin, Jadarian Price. But nobody on the receiving core really scares you. They have a good offensive line. They have a good defensive line, good secondary, really good head coach in Marcus Freeman. And while, yes, they may not have the offensive weapons that threaten you, to scare you, but they have a really good running back in Jeremiah Love, who's a very, very good running back. Riley Leonard can threaten you in the past game, so they're not going to have to stack the box like they did against Penn State, but they could, against Boise State, but there's a chance they could. But I'm not going to say they will. But they better keep an eye out on the mobility of Riley Leonard and get some pressure on him, because if they don't, he can run on them. But these are really two evenly matched teams, in my opinion. 13-1 from Notre Dame, 13-2 record from Penn State. Really even teams. But if I had to pick a team to win here, it's a tough one. But I'm going to pick Notre Dame. I think Penn State could be the favorite, but I've seen a lot of people pick Notre Dame. And it's not just because everybody's picking Notre Dame. This is kind of just my personal pick. Penn State's had a good run. And they have more offensive talent than Notre Dame, I would say. But, I don't know, man. Both these defenses are evenly matched, and I think it's going to come down to kind of a maybe high-teen, mid-20 scoring game. So, I'm going to go with Notre Dame here. But they got to be able to stop the run game, and they got to be able to stop Tyler Warren. Now we get to the Cotton Bowl Classic. So I have picked Notre Dame to advance to the national championship game, which will be Monday, January 20th. Once again, 7:30. The second matchup will determine the other team that I think will advance. Ohio State versus Texas, 12-2. Ohio State, 13-2 Texas. Ohio State has dominated their first two playoff games. They destroyed Tennessee, destroyed Oregon. Texas, they had a fight with Clemson where they ran all over them. Then pulled away, but kind of got close. But then Texas got a touchdown to stop pretty much in that one. They weren't destroying. I wouldn't say destroying, but dominating that Arizona State game. They let Arizona State back in it. They won in overtime. But the way Ohio State's played, most of the regular season, I was just really critical of them, how they start off games, because they started the first quarter off too slow. But the last two games, they've went up early, big leads, and their defense has played well from where it's hard for teams to come back. If Ohio State plays like this, if you see this version of Ohio State, they're winning the national championship. Like, if Ohio State keeps playing the way they are, Will Howard playing well, Jeremiah Smith, just that whole offense, and we don't talk about the defense, how well they play. The defense is balled out as well for Ohio State. They got really good running backs in Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins, NFL receivers, and Jeremiah Smith, if he could have declared, he would have been the number 1 pick, in my opinion. They got Mika Igboka, who's going to be a first-round talent, a first-round pick in this upcoming NFL draft. Their offensive line kind of had me having question marks, but their offensive line's performed well. Their defense has performed well. So just positive things all around the board for Ohio State. There's nothing negative you can say about this team right now. I think Ryan Day is motivated to win a national title. After all that talk, oh, they're going to lose early and he's going to get fired, he's motivated to win a national championship. And I'd have to say they're the favorite. I think out of the 4 teams left, they have the most talent. Like, Texas has really good talent, but they just haven't showed it as much as Ohio State. I think Ohio State has the most talent left out of the 4 teams. Texas barely escaped Arizona State because of the refs. I'm not going to lie. Refs saved them. Quinn Ewers, but y'all give it to him, he stepped up most when they needed it. He stepped up when they needed it the most. But I think it's where Texas loses. I think their season ends here. They had a really good season to even get to the semifinals. But I think it's where it ends here. I think Ohio State just has way too much momentum right now. From where people were doubting them when they lost to Michigan, they were going to lose in the playoffs early. Doubting Ryan Day. I think they just have too much momentum and how motivated they are. I mean, Texas is probably motivated too, but I think Ohio State's more motivated than ever to win a national championship. And I just trust, it's crazy to say this, I wouldn't have said this weeks ago, I trust Will Howard more than Quinn Ewers right now. Texas' defensive line's really good, and that's going to be, it's going to be interesting to watch. Ohio State's offensive line looked really good these last 2 weeks. How will they hold up against the Texas defensive line and White's going right now? I think they'll hang in just fine. I think they'll be really, really good. Ohio State's defenses look good. First 2 playoff games, we'll see how they do against this Texas offense with all those receivers like DeAndre Moore Jr., Ryan Wingo, Marcus Golden. We'll see how they look. I mean, there's a cause for delays or worse because of the possible, there's possibly bad weather coming in with a snowstorm. So we'll see what happens, but my prediction video this is still my prediction video. I'm going to go with Ohio State. Whenever this game happens, if there's some type of snowstorm that delays this game, just know to make this video, and I'm still picking Ohio State. So, yeah, that's my college football picks for the semifinals. That's really all I got to say here. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.